Okay, guys, welcome to another video. I didn't think I'd be doing this video, to tell you the truth. The last video I did was about my experience buying the new Firefly Telecaster. It's the sonic blue one that you see on the wall behind me. Now, I'm going to give you a little background because I'm going to take that first video down. And you'll understand why in just a bit. The first video was about me buying the Firefly Telecaster, and it got delivered in a week, and when I opened the box, it was shattered. The headstock and the neck were broken. It's all in the first video. I called them. They sent out a replacement, and I waited another week, and when the replacement arrived, that one was broken. It had cracks in the body. So I became very disillusioned, and I did a video, and I, kind of like just said it the way it is with Firefly, and I pretty much thought I was done. But, emailing back and forth, they sent me a label for that second guitar, and I shipped it back, and in communicating with them, they offered to send me a third guitar. I said, okay, I'll try one more time. I'll give you one more chance. They sent the third guitar out, and as luck would have it, the third time was a charm. The guitar is great. And so, going over all the details in this video, there's no need for the first one. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the customer service was. I'm going to show you an up-close look at this guitar and let you hear it a little bit. And I hope you like the video. All right, so take care. Watch this video. Okay, guys, so let's take a look at this guitar. This is the Firefly FFTL, which I think stands for Firefly Telecaster. I mean, I'd imagine that's what it is. It's a, let's see here, it's a roasted mahogany guitar body and roasted Canadian maple neck. It's according to what I'm reading back there on the screen. This is, I'll tell you what, man, it's a nice guitar. And I got to tell you the story about this because, like I said, I'm going to take the first video down. So just to summarize, the first two of these that I ordered, the first one came, the box was completely immaculate, and the guitar was destroyed. The neck and the headstock were shattered in pieces. I called I didn't call them. I sent them an email, tell them what happened. They sent me out. They told me to keep the guitar. They didn't, I guess shipping something like that back to China is kind of cost prohibitive. So they told me to just keep that guitar, and they sent me out a replacement. And I waited a week, and the replacement came. Same thing. Box was pretty much immaculate, except for a little bit of a dent in the top of the box. And I opened that guitar, and that guitar had cracks in the body. So that's when I did that video, and I was kind of frustrated. And I told it like it is with that video. And I thought at that time that I was done with Firefly, and I put that video out. It's got some views. It's not really that popular. So as the days waned on, and I started to communicate with Firefly, they proposed that they send me a third guitar. They were going to refund my money. I mean, customer service with Firefly, there is a language barrier. I think that, I don't think a lot of what you say, if you're typing in English, gets translated, too concisely. But they did communicate with me. They sent me out the third guitar. And what happened, my wife and I were out running an errand. And when we pulled up the driveway, I saw the box on the front porch, and I got to the box. The box was destroyed. This is the third guitar. This guitar. Box is destroyed. All the taped areas that were supposed to hold the top of the box to the bottom of the box were cut open. They were compromised. I opened up the box. The styrofoam container inside the box was broken in 5 or 6 pieces. I pulled those off. The guitar was inside that, wrapped. I took the guitar out and unwrapped it. And much to my surprise, the guitar had not a scratch on it. It was perfect. I immediately plugged it in to an amp. The electronics all worked. And what can I say? The third time's a charm. So that's why I'm going to take that first video down. And let me tell you about this guitar. Let me give you some of the features, because a lot of you are probably interested in Fireflies and you're tuning in just to see what this thing's got going on. So here it is. So it's got brass saddles to start out with on this end of the bridge. It supposedly has a Korean bridge. I don't know what the significance of that is, but I guess it's higher quality than they used to put on there. And the bridge looks solid. It's nice. I wish it had a little cutout here, you know, where the sides of the bridge weren't up high, so you don't catch your fingers and stuff if you're picking there. But whatever. It's a nice bridge. Brass saddles that are not compensated. Now, by that, for people who don't know, the compensated saddles, their groove is alternated. It's like the string impacts the saddle on one side forward and one side backward, one side forward, one side backward. It staggers it up, which allows you to intonate the guitar better. And these saddles, even though they're grooved and they're brass and they're grooved, the string impacts them all in the same place. So the intonation is not always precise. I only had a little bit of a problem with that, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. So we got that. Now I took this guitar apart, by the way, and inside the control panel, I noticed something immediately. They used shielding paint inside the control panel. It was very neat, and it was painted with shielding paint. The pots are a decent sized pot. They're 250K, but they're not the little tiny ones that you see sometimes in budget guitars. The truss rod adjuster is up here on this little wheel. It's not on the end where the headstock is. It's right up here. Okay, so it has a roasted maple neck, which you can see. It's got some nice, interesting, grain designs in there. And it has a roasted maple fretboard, which is not glossed. It looks like it's just kind of like raw wood, like they would normally maybe just stain it or treat it with a little oil. It has locking tuners. Now, I've always said to myself, what's the deal with locking tuners? I never owned a guitar with locking tuners, but there is one thing with locking tuners that I can tell you is an advantage, is that it takes a lot less time to string a guitar. You don't have to do winds around the posts. You just put the string in there, you pull it taut, and then you turn this thing on the back, which locks the string in the tuner, and you snip it off, and then you just tune it. So you end up with just a little nub instead of winds around all the different things. It has, like I said, a bone nut. I don't know if I mentioned that, a bone nut. Stainless steel frets. Some of the guitars now are adding stainless steel frets. The EART, E-A-R-T guitar, that comes with stainless steel frets. I think the Music, M-U-S-I-K something, they had stainless steel frets. They're more expensive than this Firefly. Probably, maybe 30% more expensive. This has stainless steel frets. And I'd like to point out, not only are they stainless steel frets, but they are finished very well. The first Firefly guitar I bought about 3.5 years ago did not have stainless steel frets. I needed to do a little work on them because some of the edges were sharp. Not this one. The fit and finish of this guitar is good. They put some effort into that. So, yeah, all in all, man, I'll tell you what, I am tickled with this thing. The only thing I did is out of the box is that the strings that came with it were cheap. They're crap. I don't know what they use, what kind of strings they use, but they were very light gauge, probably 9s, and they sounded pretty bad. It sounded pretty bad. It sounded like somebody put fishing string on there. But I changed the strings, and I used the Gibsons. I used 10s, 10 gauge, and the Gibson strings. They're a little more expensive, but I like the way they sound. So I put Gibson strings on there. The action was a little low for me, and I did a little bit of an adjustment to get the action just a little bit higher for me. And the intonation, like I said, I intonated this because in the beginning, the E and the A string were off. But when I made an adjustment with this top saddle here, I got that good. Then I went down to the D and the G, and I'm splitting the difference on that. There's one that's a little bit flat, and one's a little bit sharp. So I think I have a set of compensated brass saddles, which I'm going to put on. Hold on one second. Let me just get rid of this phone call. I have a pair of compensated brass saddles, and I am going to put them on there. That will help my intonation a little better, and we'll see what happens. So let me just get this plugged in. I'm going to show you some tones, and I hope you enjoy it. Remember that? Hold on, John. Okay, just a couple of chord tones now on different pickups. We're going to do the neck pickup first, just a couple of progressions, just to show you the different things. I'll switch between neck, middle, bridge. I'll use the tone volume, the tone pot at different levels. Okay, that's the neck. I'm going to go to the middle. And I'm going to go to the bridge. So that was with the tone about midway up. I'm not going to turn the tone all the way up. Let's see what that does too. We're going to go with the neck again. let's turn the tone all the way down. See what it does. This is the neck, by the way. Go to the middle. And the bridge. All right. So that's tones for chords. Let's see what else we can do here. Or maybe actually, you know what? Who wants to hear me play this guitar anymore? But you get the message, you get the point, and it's got some interesting tones. The pickups sound okay to me. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, Firefly Telecaster. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.